Hello YouTube, thanks for tuning into This Old Bus. Welcome new subscribers, really appreciate it. Tonight we're going to do a video on my generator install on my bus. Spent quite a bit of time doing it, custom, unique to the needs of my bus, and we'll spend a little bit of time covering some of the unique features that I did there, and hopefully some of you might find this useful in your own projects. The generator is located in the bay on the driver's side, immediately behind the steer tire. This door was perforated with 1-inch holes on an even spacing by the previous owner, and it's located right next to the bay that contains the propane tank. So I did a propane conversion on this generator. Note where the exhaust tip exits the door. If I had to do this over again, I would do it down low. There's reasons for why it is where it is. I'll get into that. But I did make this tip so that it's removable, so that I can put a stack on it to go up and out the roof, or above the roof line. The generator is an Onan 6500 watt generator. It was previously powered by gasoline. I've got it on a slide out in here, and I've made some modifications to it to work for my installation. I bought a fire extinguisher thing on Amazon that I have yet to install. But basically, this thing has to get flame directly on it, and it will discharge and extinguish the fire in the compartment. I'm going to be installing that here soon before my next major trip and use of the generator. I'll go ahead and pull this out and show you how that works. I made the generator slide mechanism from two 500-pound, rated as a set, 500-pound max slides that I got online from Amazon. This bumper here is set up to touch the door latch mechanism when it closes, so that it's securely held in. But I do have this simple little lock thing here that I can unlock to slide the generator out. It's dirty. I'm not going to clean it for you, but there is a duct back there that catches the hot air that passes over the generator. These Onan generators are commonly designed with a flow-through mechanism, so they draw the hot air through, and there is a fan in there that directs the hot air down and out the bottom of the unit. And so that duct back there lines up with that and catches the hot air and exits out below the bus. I'll show the propane conversion here. Basically, the gasoline carburetor gets gutted and replaced with this this thing here. I got this from a company called Carbon Turbo. This orifice essentially is set up and calibrated to work with this size of engine, and it essentially meters, it measures the air that's coming across here and meters the correct amount of propane in. This generator I got used off of Craigslist for 300 bucks. So the generator came out of a wrecked RV, and it was rear-ended, and it was a Sticks and Staples RV, and the generator was located in the rear of the rig. So what happened when it got hit was it took out the air cleaner. So I don't have the stock box on there, the plastic box. I've replaced it with this homebrew thing. And the air intake manifold, which resides here, was separated at the rivets. They're manufactured in two pieces, like a clamshell, and then they're riveted together. And so this was split in here, so it was drawing air in and screwing up the fuel mixture, so it didn't run correctly. The points cover was missing, and so I've 3D printed my own points cover there. I suppose I could 3D print an airbox, but it's not really necessary. The propane line here feeds through this umbilical on into here, and the metering valve and regulator are over here. There's a better shot of the regulator. This screw is the mixture adjustment screw. There is a positive solenoid to turn off the flow of propane when vacuum is not present. So that's a safety feature, and it is hooked to this diaphragm operated switch here that goes into the intake manifold and receives vacuum when the generator is cranking or running, and causes that solenoid to turn on. Pretty straightforward stuff. Runs pretty clean, doesn't stink. I fabricated this exhaust, this stainless steel exhaust and muffler. There's a muffler hiding underneath this heat wrap. Now the exhaust originally exited down on this unit, down and out the bottom. But I wanted to be able to slide it out of here without having to unbolt anything in the exhaust. And I was fabricating this thing, the slide out mechanism, out of wood. The muffler was quite large. I didn't want to locate the muffler underneath this wood slide out. However, if I had to do it over again, I would fabricate that deck out of metal, and I would use the exhaust exiting underneath and out the bottom of the door. It's got a remote start. The gas fuel pump has been disabled, removed. I added a Blue Sea 12 volt disconnect there, and that 12 volt source goes over to the house batteries in the other bay. This generator is not 240 volt. It's 2 legs of 110 at 30 amps per leg. So that works okay for me because I don't have any 240 volt stuff in my coach. So that works okay for me. And the way that my shore cords are wired, I have a 30 amp house main circuit, and then I have an auxiliary 20 amp circuit that feeds the bedroom air conditioner. And so I've utilized both those legs in the same manner that I hook it up to shore power. I'll cover that in a minute, but this weird thing that you're seeing here that's made on this box is something that I devised that is it's a delay. It's a 30-second adjustable delay with this timer here, and it's solid state. So those are solid state relays, and they receive the signal to turn on only after this timer at 30 seconds is passed. So we can examine this wiring a little bit here, but basically it gets a neutral, they're AC, so it gets the timer output goes into here, it's daisy chained to this one, and then this is the neutral side, I guess, to, you know, give it someplace to go there. These are rated, I think they're rated for 50 amp. Now, I since had somebody that's much more knowledgeable than generators than me look at this, and he said that this should be located in a dry area, because if I'm driving and this gets wet, that wouldn't be good. And he's right. And so what I really need to do is relocate this whole thing down into one of the other bays. I'll show you how my short cord setup works. So there's 2 circuit breakers here, 30 amp each, located on the generator for overcurrent protection for everything downstream of it. The power from the generator comes over to these 2 receptacles located in the ceiling of my my short cord bay. Bus is plugged into the wall right now, but basically when I stow the short cord, I plug it into that. And that gets the 30 amp from the generator over there. And then the other leg, the 20 amp, well, it's 30, but that other leg comes over here and feeds this 20 amp receptacle that's got a circuit breaker on it here. So my split, you know, shore power cord set up here feeds into this guy. I guess no video would be complete without a test run, so I'm going to go ahead and fire it up for you. It's pretty quiet. I mean, I'm standing 3 feet from it, but yeah, it works. That scrape is the noise that it makes when it slides over that duct that exhausts the air out the bottom. So that is necessary. So I've seen various posts online on some of the bus groups about building your own slides and stuff, and you know, it is a little challenging. You know, I got these slides on Amazon, like I said. The location, you have to locate them very precisely, and you have to get them exactly parallel to each other, so there's no binding. I was comfortable doing that in wood at the time. I really didn't have my welding skills up to snuff on that. If I had to do it over again, you know, I would do that out of metal. These slides are perfectly capable of holding this generator up, because it only weighs a couple 100 pounds. It could get very expensive if you need bigger, heavier duty slides than that. But yeah, I think I've covered all the information about the generator. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like or subscribe button. It'd help us out a lot. Thanks for watching.